Hey, what's good, y'all? Fuzion here, back with another video. Sorry if I do sound a little weird. I am out of town. I'm using a different mic that I usually do, so bear with me. Um, but I do want to talk about the Lakers. But before I do, I am sort of irritated. I just ate a burrito, and that shit was so mid, bro. It has zero flavor. I'm sort of want to go down there and give him a piece of my mind, but I'm not doing that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. 128, 121. Golden State came out on top. Another game where I personally think that the Lakers needed to win this type of game. We were fighting for playoff contention. Well, play-in contention. Always fighting for play-in. It's honestly sort of sad. That being said, we took the L. We're in 10th place now. In the West, we are just barely um, past the Rockets. Well, not barely. They got 4 wins. Um, we have 4 wins on them. That being said, like the Rockets are on a 5-game win streak and we're on a 2-game lose streak. Um, we should have been able to beat the Warriors. The Warriors are not better than us. The Warriors have in my opinion, worse roster. Um, AD did get hurt. He got poked in the eye. That doesn't, to me, that still doesn't hide the fact that we sold. We sold. We had some decent scoring from our team. We had 23 from D'Angelo Russell, 13 assists. He shot 3 for 10 from the three. That's exactly 30%. And he shot 9 for 21 from the field, 42.9, about 43. More his usual, taking questionable shots, but he was making some of those questionable shots. Austin Reeves, he had 11, 3, and 3. He shot pretty bad, 31% from the field, 22 from the three-point line, 2 for 9 from there. That was sort of our issue there. Since Anthony Davis was out, we needed more than 11 points from him. That will always be the excuse me. That will always be the issue. We need all of our players to play damn near perfect, just for us to be competitive in some of these games. But LeBron had 40, 48 and 9. He shot the ball relatively well, actually quite well. He shot 65% from the field, 60 from three. He shot 5 threes. I do like it when he does shoot under about 4 or 5 threes a game. I think that's the sweet spot for LeBron. He can make them, but I prefer to see what he was doing this game. Being aggressive, attacking, you have the height advantage. Since Anthony Davis was out, that did open up the hole for him to attack more. People were feeding him the ball. Overall, a good game by LeBron, but we still lost. Roy Hachimura had 14, 7 for 10 from the field. He missed two threes, so he went 0 for 2 from the three. Again, he needs to be more aggressive. He shot the ball 10 times, which isn't bad, but since AD is out, I'm gonna need you to take more jump shots. I'm gonna need you to take more shots. I need you to attack more, be more aggro on the offensive end, because we're gonna need that scoring. So now we're gonna go to the bench. Spencer Dinwiddie 7, Jackson Hayes 7, Torian Prince 8, Max Christie 3. That was from our bench. Literally did nothing out there. Jackson Hayes had 12 rebounds, but other than that, he ain't really do shit. Spencer Dinwiddie shot 100% from the field. He shot 2 shots. They all went in. He shot 1 3-pointer. That went in. 2 free throws. Those went in. But that still isn't enough for us to work with. We're not going to be able to win many games if our bench cannot, if we don't have anyone scoring double digits from the bench, especially if our starting center is out. We need Jackson Hayes to show up. Torian Prince should have showed up there. I'm still waiting on a good Spencer Dinwiddie game. He's always been doing decent to trash, but it's just not enough. It's just not enough when we have our best defender, our rim protector, our rebounder, our easy bucket inside. If he's out, someone should have been able to step up, and they didn't. That's the story of the Lakers. Golden State, Andrew Wiggins, 16 and 6. He shot 7 for 17 from the field. That's 41%. 33.3 from the three. The come bucket, Jonathan Kuminga, he had 23, 9 for 16. He's really developing as a player. Like, the more he does play, you see him getting more comfortable. You see him being more aggressive. Something that you'd like to see. We had a pretty normal Draymond Green game, 6, 12, and 13. A double-double off of rebounds and assists, but he had his 6 points, 3 for 6 from the field, 50%, 0 for 2 from the three. Steph had 31. Klay came off the bench and gave us 26. 5 for 10 for Klay from the three. 3 for 10 from Steph Curry from the three. Overall, man, it's just lacking on the defensive end, not being able to defend the three-point shot. They hit 2 more three-pointers than us. We took the same amount of threes. That being said, if we have the same amount of three-pointers as like the Warriors and we still lose, that is just on us. That is completely on us. Total rebounds. Warriors have 45. Lakers had 39. Let's see. Offensive rebounds. Golden State have 14. The Lakers had 8. That is us missing our main centerpiece, Anthony Davis. And because of that, we really didn't have any more rebounding for us. And I hate to say this, but we really did miss Christian Wood. He would have been able to at least have some sort of offensive game. Should. I feel like he is an offensive center, and if he's not doing any offensive style or play, then he's pretty much useless. Just the same stuff that we always get from the Lakers. Just a horrible game. We should have been able to win, but again, I've always said this, and I'm going to continue to say this. When it comes down to it, this Lakers team is not ready. This Lakers team will not be ready. Mentally, I feel like we are losing games that we should be winning. Another must-win game down the drain. You're supposed to win those, especially against like the Warriors, leading into a fighting for a like playoff or play-in spot. It's just not a good look. Not a good look at all. Monday we play against the Hawks. I always say that we should be able to beat certain teams, but now I just don't know. They're way too sometimey for me. But yes, let's go ahead and check out what they got to say here. Stephen A. and the NBA Countdown.
The Warriors behind Steph's 31 took down the Lakers 128-121. Novak Djokovic in the building. So they exchanged a jersey for a racket, because you wouldn't want a polo shirt, right? But a big win for the Warriors on the road. More now from the NBA Countdown crew in LA.
So the Lakers, they really needed to win this game. And alas, the Golden State Warriors, they walk out with the 128-121 win. Now they're tied for ninth, but technically the Golden State Warriors are just percentage points ahead now for that ninth seed, Stephen A. Smith. What did you see in this one?
Well, I saw Klay Thompson show up in the first half and remind us of what he can do, what he's capable of doing, and obviously that changes the complexion of what you think about when you think about the Golden State Warriors. I saw Steph Curry return from a 3-game absence and looks like he didn't lose anything at all. Just took a quarter to get going, and then after that was completely dominant. And I saw a Los Angeles Lakers team that still can't seem to play defense. They haven't been able to play defense since the All-Star break. It's like they left their game in Indianapolis, for crying out loud, defensively, like 28th defensively. So you're not going to go anywhere unless they improve defensively. Spoke to Rob Pelinka before the game. Yeah. He was talking about they're hopeful that they could have Jared Vanderbilt back in a few weeks, and that would change things.
Yeah, bro. We're missing Jared Vanderbilt, but when we do get Jared Vanderbilt, he can't do anything on the offensive end. I said this last year. I said this earlier in the year, and I keep on saying it. If we are relying on somebody whose main point is defense but has zero offensive game, and we have no shot creator really on the team, a consistent shot creator, then we're not going to win. D'Angelo Russell has been playing better, but the game before he had like 8. He's too inconsistent for us to rely on for the shot creating job. Same thing with Austin Reeves. He's just too inconsistent. I hate when he shoots that fall away float bullshit. I hate when he does that. If he was a little bit more athletic, a couple of those shots or layups would be converted into dunks or easier baskets. Rui Hachimura, he needs to realize he needs to be the one to create. He needs to score. He needs to be having at least 19, 20 points a game as of right now. Especially if AD isn't in, you need to be more aggressive. That is the problem. And until we can figure that out, we're not going to be good. No matter if we do make it into the playoffs, I'm not confident in us winning 4 games in a 7-game series to any of these teams, honestly. Any team that is currently in the playoffs or looking to be in the playoffs, I'm just not confident in it. Because you never know who's going to show up, or you never know who's going to not be able to make baskets, or you never know who's going to not rebound. It's just a coin flip damn near every single game.
But they clearly need them because they can't seem to stop a cold.
We're going to need to stop this segment down and restart because the shot clock didn't actually start at the beginning of this segment. Bob, how concerned are you with what you saw from the Lakers here? What did you walk away with?
I'm just collecting that shot clock thing does kind of mess you up a little bit. We were waiting here. You know, AD went out, and that changed the complexion of the game, really. And I mean, he was doing a pretty good job. The Warriors always have trouble with him, and rightly so. A lot of teams have trouble with Anthony Davis. But look, Vanderbilt coming back, like Stephen A. said, would be huge for their defense. The Lakers have scored well lately. Last month, they've been doing a good job scoring. They scored well tonight. But, you know, I just can't. Seeing these two teams play and imagining a 9 versus 10, and one of them's going home.
We're going to get that.
It looks like we will.
We're on a crash.
That's where it's headed, because this game probably made that even more likely, I suppose. I mean, because the Lakers are hanging around 9-10. It's just, I can't believe it. I can't.
That one game would set some sort of viewing record. On the other hand, you lose Hall of Famers, plural, if you have that game.
Yeah,
in
I
a 9-10.
hope they don't have it.
I do too.
Because
we want to see those players play beyond.
Man, shut the fuck up. I want to see these two play in the play-in, and I want to. We need to establish which team is better. This year, they've both been garbage. This year, they've both been inconsistent. The Lakers won that whack-ass NBA Cup, and since then, we've been taking L's. We won something that doesn't matter. We were celebrating it like it mattered. No. That's not what we need. When you come to the Lakers, you look to win. Of course, like the it was good to win the cup, but we haven't won a championship in like 3 years. We haven't been close at all. Last year we made it to the conference finals, but then got shut all the way down, and it was just bad luck. We ran out of gas towards the end of the season. We ran out of gas at the end of the playoffs, and that sort of caused us to lose. I fear that this is going to happen again. We're going to put forth all of this effort this last few games, and then go into the play-in, play our heart out, maybe win the play-in, and then go right into playoffs. And I just don't see it. We're too inconsistent. Our team is too frail. Everybody always gets injured. Jared Vanderbilt, well, he'll come back and play maybe 2 games and then get hurt. And on those 2 games, he'll give us 3 points and a couple steals. Great defense. But other than that, like, we messed up on the trade deadline when we needed to make a move. Do you know who would have been right on this, or who would have been perfect that we could have got? Andre Drummond. A defensive-minded center who can rebound and score. We don't need his scoring, but we could have used his rebounding, his lob catching ability, his athleticism. He would have been perfect because Anthony Davis got hurt. You plug him in, you really don't miss that much. Of course, AD is better, but I still think we could have won with him, with Drummond, in at the same game, because the Warriors can't defend size. They can't. So what do? Supplement ourselves with players that can size up. But we didn't do that. We didn't get Zach LaVine. We didn't get DeMar DeRozan. We didn't get Terry Rozier. We didn't get 3 other players that could have worked for us. But we didn't get any shooters. It's just, like I said at the beginning of this season, this is not a winning roster. Gabe Vincent, I don't think he's played, I don't even think he's played 30 games this year. I don't even think he played 40 games this year. Dog shit. That's all it is. Dog shit. And I'm tired of these two I'm tired of the NBA just giving the Lakers passes. I think they give the Lakers passes because of LeBron James. And I think that LeBron played well. I don't think he's had many bad games. Don't get me wrong. I'm critical of LeBron because I'm critical of the Lakers. But I do think that LeBron has been playing well. He's been pulling more than his weight multiple times a night. He does. But the problem is the Lakers just can't figure out how to use LeBron effectively. And they don't know how to. They can't make the right trades to work with him. And since we can't do that, then we have all these other options to really fix the team. Get some more defenders. Get some shot creators. Get some defending big men. Because currently it seems like we are moving into another era where the skilled big man, the passing out of the high post or the low post, back to the basket, but more so passing out of that. Joel Embiid, Jokic, Sabonis, Seguin from Houston, and I'm missing maybe 2 more names. That is just, I feel like what we're turning an era. Victor Wembanyama, he's a rookie, but I feel like he's going to get better. And if we don't have any big men that can defend, because you can't put a small forward on Victor. you need a power forward or a center with size, but they got to be able to move their feet, all that. But if you can't have anyone that can defend those skill positions from the big man position, then it's a loss. It is a loss.
One game.
But do you see a path out of the 9-10 for these teams?
Not for these two teams. But I'd like to say this. Yeah, Steph Curry, LeBron James, you want to see him, no doubt about it. But some of these young thoroughbreds that we're going to see in the playoffs, the Anthony Edwards of the world, the Shai Gilgeous-Alexanders of the world, and then you add the Lukas, the Kyries, and others. I mean, wait a minute now, De'Aaron Fox and Sacramento and what have you. Just look at some of this young talent. We're going to have real interesting playoffs. It's going to be excited without Steph Curry.
Well, the league is going to have to learn how to cope with this, Stephen A. They're going to have to learn. They're going to have to move on reluctantly because we don't want to move on. I don't want to move on.
We're already at the point where we're
I'm okay with moving on. I just want to see them in the
one more
playoff series. Not a play-in. I'd like they can lose in the first round.
You want your first one from the media standpoint at least to be at least getting able to watch these two.
We understand,
Bob. You want to see what we've seen.
All right, yeah, they're sort of yapping now, but that's pretty much all I have on this game. It's just another disappointing game from the Lakers. Another disappointing season from the Lakers. We have a few more games where we can sort of make a push for, again, that 9th, 10th seed, wherever the fuck. But at the end of the day, this doesn't look like a championship team. Like I said, like I've always said, and that's really all that matters once it gets down to it. Every team is playing for the championship. No one is playing for the play-in. No one is playing just to get into the first round. It sort of seems like that's what we're doing. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'm still sort of mad about my burrito. See you guys later. Peace.